What's going on, everyone? It's Jack from Mindful Homestead once again. Missed the gate there behind me. And today we are going to get things going for the pigs out back. I think I have snacks for them. I don't have anything for you. So we are headed back into where we had the pigs last year. Do a quick spin for you. It's super wet back here right now, and we're not going to be using this area for the pigs again this season. We've got a spot over there which we're planning to put them. So what I want to do today is I want to come in here and I want to pull out a lot of the old electrical fence stuff. We can reuse most of this over there where we're putting the pigs for this year. But I also want to get in here and I want to clear out some of the trees that you see kind of around, some of the smaller stuff. The point of that is I want to put a pasture mix in here so that when we do come back with pigs in a year or two, or whenever we decide to put animals back in here, we have pasture for them to eat, some forage feed and things like that. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be putting in here yet, but my first general thing that I want to do is I want to get the smaller trees out of here, let some sunlight in, let some of the bigger trees that are here kind of stay. There's actually a few kind of nice beech trees. This one here in particular is kind of a nice one. There's a bunch of other stuff though that we're going to want to have go. But yeah, so the plan is to take out a lot of the understory in here today. I'll get the chainsaw out and I'll do that. The other plan is to get over where we're going to be putting the pigs for this year and clear out anything that needs to be done in there. So let's take a walk over there. I'll show you where we're going to be putting the pigs this season, and we can talk a little about what I have to do over that way. So this is the area where the pigs are going to be going this year. You can see it stretches from behind me over there, which is kind of where they were last year. They're a little bit further behind. Stretches behind me out this way, and then over there where you can see those are all blueberry bushes kind of lined that way. So this area is a little bit different than where we did it last year. So where we were last year, it was very forested, and that was a good thing. It kept the pigs shady. They didn't get sunburn. There was a lot of mast for them in the woods, a lot of acorns, a lot of beech nuts to eat. It was a little bit tricky to keep an eye on them. You know, if they weren't in the main kind of pen area, the 16 by 16 area that we had set up for them, we had to physically walk out in the woods to do that. We're doing 6 pigs this year instead of the 3 that we did last year. So there's going to be more room for them to run around out here. But it is also putting in a little bit more direct line of sight. As you can see, behind me is our house. We have the garden. We have the chickens over there. And from those 2 windows up there, one is our bathroom and one is our office, we can actually keep an eye and look down on the pigs from up there. So it's kind of a nice logistical thing. The other thing that's going to be happening is I'm going to be putting a gate right there by the chicken tractor, the old one. If we need to get anything in here, we can bring the tractor through that gate eventually, which will be nice. No word yet on when that gate's going in. Jackie would probably like me to be doing that sooner rather than later. But right now, I really want to get the pig fence up. And the reason for that has a little bit to do with this whole crazy thing that's going on in the world right now. Normally, we've started our pigs in June in the past. Last year, we got our pigs June 15th. They were exactly 8 weeks old when we got them. And it worked out great. We slaughtered in early December. We had fine hanging weights. I actually have a video I just recently did about that on whether or not we were profitable. I'll put a link to that up here in the corner so you can check it out. But the reason we get our pigs so late every year is because we always go on a vacation in May to Key West, Florida. Our friend has a bungalow that he rents out down there, and he puts us up very affordably in it. And we spend a week and a half each May just soaking up some sunshine. Because of what's going on in the world right now, nobody wants to fly, nobody wants to travel. I believe the island of Key West is virtually shut down anyway at this point. We're not going in May, which is kind of a bummer. I'd love to be down there. But at the same time, it affords us the ability to not take a week vacation and leave piglets behind, which we would have had to do in the past if we got our piglets before May. So while we're in a very good place right now, where we know we're going to be home for the next few months. So what I really want to do is I want to kind of rush and get this area is squared away for the pigs so that we can have the pigs in here, get them all set up, get them good to go, and then we can actually start everything a little bit earlier this year than we have in the past. So today's mission, bust out the chainsaw, take down a bunch of this brush that I know the pigs aren't really going to necessarily mess with. Kind of middle-sized brush. The small stuff they'll take care of, and the bigger stuff they'll by and large leave alone. But the smaller stuff in the middle side of things, I want to get out of here so we have a better line of sight. So let me go get the chainsaw, and I will come back out and we'll start working on this. I don't know exactly where I want to start yet. I think maybe like right there, and then we'll just kind of we'll move about and we'll see what happens. So yeah. Other part we have to figure out is where I'm going to put kind of the pig's home base, which is just a 16 by 16 hog panel enclosure. That's where we start them as piglets, and that's where their food and their water and their shelter is going to be. We're actually probably going to expand that. We'll probably do a 32 by 16 enclosure. But the problem is on this entire section of land that we're looking to put the pigs, this pile of brush is right in the middle of the flattest part, which is where ideally the home base for the pigs would go. So right now it's way too squishy for me to get back here with the tractor and just kind of push this over, which is unfortunate because that would be the easiest way to deal with it. The second easiest way to deal with it would be to burn it, which is a possibility. We're definitely open enough where I could burn this and it wouldn't be an issue. It is going to rain tomorrow, so maybe I'll come out and do that then. For now, I think this is where we're going to have to assume that the pig home base is going to go. The place we did it last year, it's really not the best spot for it. It's kind of a pain in the butt for us to get over there with water, and it's kind of low lying, and they just ended up turning it to a complete mud pit. This won't necessarily be much better. However, it's in an area where, because of all the space that they have, they'll be able to come in here, get muddy, wallow around if they want, and then leave it to high and dry land. Whereas the other spot where we did them last year, it was just pretty wet overall for the pigs. It was a little bit too wet for them. So what we'll do is we'll plan on either burning this or pushing it away with the tractor. We'll figure out what we're going to do with it and then go from there. So we're gonna stop the video there for today. The sun came out and we've got a few more hours of daylight before it sets. So tomorrow's gonna be a rainy day. We've got a couple projects lined up, but for now we're just gonna enjoy this last little bit of sun before we settle into a kind of rainy and just gross week. All right, we'll see you later, guys. Bye.